2.5 years ago, we brought Andy here and he had probably his worst ever public meltdown. It involved him smashing his camera, throwing it off a balcony, getting completely naked. It was not a good time. It's taken us a long time to pluck up the courage to bring him back to the O2. But today, we're bringing Andy back to the O2. And welcome to an adventure that we didn't know if and when we were going to attempt, but we're attempting it today. We are back down in London for the first time with Andy in 2.5 years, and we're going to be heading back over to the O2 for the first time since the incident that I don't want to talk about in front of him. There is a video about that somewhere on the channel. We've just pulled up at Westfield at Stratford, where we're going to park up because he wants to ride the Jubilee line across to the O2. So we're going to ride the Jubilee line across there. We're going to go to the O2. He also wants to go to Piccadilly Circus. And then we've got a booking on an open top bus Christmas lights tour for later on this evening, which runs from the London Eye. This is all selected and planned by him. He was given the choice of 3 trips, London, Birmingham or Nottingham, for a transport and Christmas combo super trip. This is what he chose, this is what he's planned. He's very clear on where he wants to go. He's basically leading the whole trip. We had to stop to get him an Oyster card because I'm so used to just using my watch that I forgot normal people don't necessarily have their watch to pay for it all. Big thumbs up to Westfield Shopping Centre. On the way here, Andy dropped the bombshell that he wanted some ear defenders for on the tube. We don't own any ear defenders, he's always hated them, but guest services at Westfield have a sensory pack that includes ear defenders just on loan to us. Andy, you got to step off? Yeah, it's just on loan to us to the end of the day. So he's now got his massive backpack with one of their backpacks in that's full of all their sensory stuff, including ear defenders, which I suspect he probably won't wear, but we've got them now. Good work, Westfield. Shows what I know. The moment we got on, he asked for them, and it's kept them on the whole time. Ear defenders, a roaring success, although the moment he got off the train he took them off, slung them at her, and they've got to go in and out of that bag the whole time. It's quite warm on the tube, like it normally is, but we've got so many layers and clothes with us so that we can not freeze on an open top bus in the evening. We haven't thought this through, and we have made it to the O2. Now the big issue, the thing that caused the problem a couple of years ago, is that they stopped him from filming. We did get a long apology email that gives him permission to film in there. We've got the email with us, so fingers crossed we don't have a repeat of that this time. It's taken us a long time to pluck up the courage to bring him back, and he has not stopped asking. He loves it here, but we are both quite nervous and anxious about actually setting foot in there. I mean, you can see Anna nervously beating her chest like Tarzan. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious are you currently feeling about what's about to happen?
My heart rate is 174.
Here we go then, folks. Moment of truth. We're about to head in. I'm going to put this camera away because I don't want to give them any reason to come over and tell us to stop filming. So if I sneak anything out in there, it'll be my phone, because I don't want to draw attention to us. And this is all he wanted to do 2 years ago. Is it good? Thumbs up. He has filmed every screen in here. If you want to see his filming, there'll be a video on Through Andy's Eyes, which will be hours long probably, of him just filming in here, and whatever else we get up to later on today as well. Well, that can only be described as a roaring success. He filmed every single digital display screen in there. We went and checked in with guest services when we first arrived and just explained what we were there to do. They said it was completely fine. We didn't even need to show them the email. It seems that the staff training they promised to do after we were here last time, they've actually done, because we didn't even need to mention we'd been here before or mention we had permission in advance. We just told them that he was here because he likes digital displays and wants to film them, and they said, yeah, it's fine. No issues with any security all the way around. Big thumbs up. Massive difference to last time. His next stop on his digital display tour of London as you can imagine, Piccadilly Circus, which means back on the tube. The moment we walked out of the O2 and he knew we were getting back on the tube, he was asking for the ear defenders. I think we're going to have to invest in a pair. After years of him refusing to use them, we've had them in the past, and he just completely refused. Enjoying filming the trains. Yeah, it's very difficult to tell him what's going on when he's got them on, so he can't hear us properly. Yes, Bakerloo line now. So you need your bag on. We're now at Waterloo Station, about to go on the Bakerloo line. He's very excited because this particular line and this particular station are in the train simulator game that he plays on his Xbox. So he's now basically living in his Xbox and loving it. So is this one in Train Sim World?
Yeah, Train Sim World 2.
Train Sim World 2?
Xbox.
Okay. On the Xbox. Come away, you have to stay this side of the line there. That's it.
He wants to go to the tunnel because in his game he can walk down there, in the tunnel.
That seems like a bad thing to put in a video game. Oh, I kind of want to have a go now as well, see the mole people.
Pardon?
I want to see the mole people.
Oh.
This train looks a bit more like it. We've been standing room only on the last few. He nearly went down there, my word. That would have been quite the pickle. I'll take our eyes off for him for a second. He just lunged forward. It looked like he was just going to go flying down the massive gap. He wouldn't have been dead. It's like a 2-foot drop and they wouldn't have driven the train with him down there. But, oh my word, don't take your eyes off him for a second. Yeah, we have to buy some.
Years I have to do this to him. Years.
We have to get some bright pink ones. What's the name of the company?
Sensory Direct.
We need to buy those exact ones.
What's the baby? Impact. Impact. Yeah. Do you want to sit that side with Daddy so you can see the...
Well, he wanted digital displays. Digital displays. Good? It's very busy here. He's put the headphones back on, wants to leave this bit, so we're going to head back where we came, head over to near the London Eye, where we're hoping it might be a bit quieter, and find him something to eat. There's a McDonald's over there. There's one over here as well, but we'd quite like a McDonald's where he'd have a chance of being able to sit down, which I don't think there's much chance at either of them, but I feel like there's more chance here. Just there. Anna's getting stressed as well. Yeah, he was asking to go to Piccadilly Circus before he was asking to do anything else. That was the big place he wanted to go. We lasted 30 seconds. It was just very busy and overwhelming. He's not been out a lot since he left school, and I think that was just a bit too much. So we're hoping if we head over to the London Eye, a bit of water, that usually calms him down, get him something to eat. Our booking for our open top bus tour is for just over an hour. I think we can kill an hour having food. It's one of these blue buses here that we're getting. So we found where the bus tours go from. They're from here, but we're not there, not due there for an hour. So I know there's a McDonald's over near the arcade over here. We'll need a bit of dinner anyway. So we're gonna go grab a McDonald's and then be back for these, just as it starts to get dark, for the Christmas light tour. Andy's never seen Big Ben without the scaffolding on before. And over there, we have Big Ben without the scaffolding on. Well, this has wrecked the plan a little bit. We thought that was a McDonald's because it used to be a McDonald's and it's now not a McDonald's, and the nearest McDonald's is half a mile away. I didn't get interested in going there, so I think we're just going to sit here and wait for an hour while he has some crisps. Luckily, we brought plenty of crisps with us. Doesn't mean me and Anna aren't going to eat. We'll be all right. I think the arcade that was here is gone as well. Everything's gone. Well, change of plan. We've got a seat in the fish and chip shop that is where McDonald's used to be. And I've just bought the most expensive fish and chips in the history of the world. £13 for fish and chips. And the gravy, bearing in mind we're in the south, so it's a surprise we could get gravy. They called it gravy sauce. So we'll get Anna's gravy review in a moment.
It's not more than enough.
You're in London, you're lucky you've got gravy. It's probably just Bisto.
It's got bits in it.
Oh, that's great then. That makes it much better. Worryingly as well, it's mayo, not tartar sauce. I like a lot about the South, but goodness me, you don't know fish and chips and you charge too much for them. As much as I moaned, that was actually all right. It wasn't like proper chip shop fish and chips, but it was better than like Wetherspoon's fish and chips. Not worth 13 quid though. Well, we weren't in there very long, but it seems to have gotten dark, which is perfect timing. So we can do our Christmas lights bus tour. So obviously we want it to be dark for that, so we can see the pretty lights. Of course the camera's adjusting the brightness, so you probably can't see that it's dark. I assure you, it is now dark. Well, this is our bus, but we are 20 minutes early. We want to be up the top, so we can have a proper look around. There's a big queue.
It's working now.
It hasn't gone down very well. About 20 minutes until it's due to board. So I guess we'll just wait in this queue.
Ready to go now.
You told me the wrong time.
I always tell Anna 15 minutes earlier because otherwise she'll be late, and it's better to be early than late.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is.
With him, it's not.
Well, I would say if you're early, you've got a chance of getting on. If you're late, it will have already have left.
Do you remember, Thomas?
But if we're late, it won't be here anymore. I don't understand. We're on. We have to squeeze in, but we're on, and we're open air, just because the covered bit is there. And then the London Eye is there. This is apparently 90 minutes long, lots of Christmas lights. I'm very excited. These two, more indifferent. I've officially wrapped up ready for this. I remember the last time we did an open top bus tour, it was in October, so earlier in the year than this, and we were freezing. So I am layered up, I have my hat, I'm not getting cold on this trip. And London Eye's behind me, all lit up, very pretty. It really is cold on here once it gets moving. My word. There. We decided not to do that because it's really busy. We did this instead. I'm having a lovely time. Andy, not so much. I think he's pretty bored. Later, we're back at Piccadilly Circus. This time on a fancy bus. Still very busy. Lots of very nice lights. Yeah, it's about 2 o'clock, we were there, it's 6 o'clock now. Andy's absolutely had enough of this. He wanted to do this, we gave him the choice of doing this or the fair. He wanted to do this, I don't think he quite knew what he was letting himself in for when he chose to do a bus. So busy, we were on there 90 minutes. It said it could be anywhere between 45 minutes and 90 minutes. Obviously, because it's Saturday evening, very busy. We stopped at every traffic light, everywhere was heaving. It was a little bit long for Andy. He's kind of had enough now. We're just heading back to the tube. He already wants his ear defenders back on. Heading back to the tube, back to the car, head home. He's all right now, we're off. He was just, I think he would have been happy if it was half the length that it was. Plus it started raining part way round, which not ideal at all. Of course, I've made the rookie mistake of leaving all my layers on as we head back down underground. It's going to get hot fast. I'm basically carrying an empty bag at this point. All kinds of shenanigans at Waterloo Station. We got down to the barrier, got through the barrier, got to where the trains are, and they've sent us back out through a different barrier around the other side. He wasn't abused, but he's still showing remarkably good patience at the moment. Luckily, this train takes us all the way back through to Stratford, where we're parked here. As Anna's yelling, it's very warm down here, which is why I've now got hat hair. It's unavoidable, but we can just ride this straight through to Greenwich from here. Not Greenwich, Stratford. We could go to Greenwich, but we're going to Stratford. It's so busy. We've made it back to Stratford, which is an appropriate moment to just show you this again and thank Westfield for being awesome. This wasn't a special YouTuber treatment or brand deal or anything like that. He just asked us too late for ear protectors. We googled, see if there was anywhere in Westfield we could buy any. It didn't seem obvious that there was, but Anna noticed on the website that they do sensory packs, so we just went to guest services, asked for a sensory pack. We didn't have to pay a deposit, we didn't have to fill in anything. They just literally took my name and phone number, handed us a bag with headphones and a whole load of sensory toys in, fidget toys, that kind of thing, and said just make sure you bring it back by 8 o'clock, and that was it. It was brilliant. Well done. More places should do that. It's awesome. And we've made it back to my favourite parking space in my favourite car park. About 10 hours after we left home. It's been a long day. Andy is very tired. Anna is very broken. She's not done this much walking in a day for a long time and is struggling a lot with various ailments at the moment, aren't you? Waiting for surgery. So she's hobbling along, struggling a little bit. Well, but we are back at the car, so we're going to say goodbye here.
No, put your bag in the boot.
Put your bag in here.
In the boot.
Tempers between these two are getting a little frayed. But
No.
he rested his bag on the edge and it just fell. But we will say goodbye here. Like I said in the last video, there is more Christmassy stuff to come, so make sure you stick around for that. Otherwise, we'll see you again very soon.